Okay. Yeah, I think we are recording already.
Yes,
Hi.
okay. Can see it's recording.
Morning, Dato.
Hi, morning, Chupah. How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you are aware of this whole issue is coming about, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I'm as the president for the Tasik Jom Orang Asli Corporation. Basically, I have my few demands as I've discussed with you earlier. Okay, so from your side, can I know as to what kind of documents we need to show them in order to prove our case there? Because I have a feeling we have a strong case, but I still need your advice as to the reports, as to the like their rights and all that. So how are we going to go about this?
Okay, what happened is that the Top Fresh, his
Mm-hmm.
land is just adjacent to our the Orang Asli fertilizer. What is it called?
Baby
Fertilizer
fertilizer.
composter yard.
Okay.
And based on the report that the NGO has done, it is very clear that because of the fertigation system leakage, there's very high nitrogen and phosphorus level. And this report
Mm-hmm.
is also done by a reputable science lab in Malaysia.
Okay.
And with that, you are able to prove the losses on your land.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, understand. So now because as you see, this Fertivi and this what we call that Top Fresh is basically because when we wanted them to pay our compensation, they refused. Okay, now they're changing party. They said no, no, no. We are responsible, but we can't pay the compensation to you. Okay, let Fertivi pay. But my concern is it doesn't matter who pays. Okay, we just need the money because it is destroying our part of the land, the yachts, and all that. So how are they going to be answerable if anything happens later on? Because we are still the minority, even orang asli. You understand what I mean? So
Yes,
and
I know.
so do you have like I don't know, because we need to understand also, doesn't matter license or whatever, it's their problem. Okay, what we need our land to be secured. And we are NGOs, schools actually coming to us to learn. So we supposedly to be safe, you know not because some people just come in, do this, do that, anything happens. Okay, for instance, now they just procasted the vegetables in the science lab, and then we found out all this. What happens if the children's consume it?
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Will have other side effects. We will be blamed for all that. So I think the 7 million is fair enough, because we need to cover a lot of things. We're not only looking at a land, we are looking at upcoming, as like what we have discussed before. We are actually going to see what are the real state of Orang Asli if all these things are being taken away. They can't just
I
simply
agree.
come in
Yep.
and tell us, yeah, they just can't come and say, oh, look here, no, 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 we did this, now mistake can happen. That's not our problem. You should have check, isn't it? Because you're taking over other person's land as well. Ah,
Correct.
so I don't know, maybe you have an expert, you are an expert in this area, so you have to advise me. I'm okay to go for this mediation with a proper saying, but the documents part, I think you will be fond of it, because I'm very sure that you know better. Okay. And I don't know what kind of what kind of reasons they are going to throw to us. So I'm just like, I know what I'm going to do, and make sure we both have a very strong position lah. Mm.
Yep. Because I think possibly the Top Fresh will push it to for TV. But I
Okay,
mean I think regardless of what, Top Fresh is a landowner, right? Which is
okay,
adjacent to the Orang Asli land. So regardless, they have to take the due care to ensure
yes,
that
correct,
they don't do anything that destroy our land.
correct, understand, fair.
So they have the liability, and they just have to talk with for TV to come out with concrete proposal to us later on.
Okay,
But
yeah,
as
I
far as
agree.
we concern, is the 7.5 million which we have demanded because
Mm-hmm.
of the loss of land use, and also the primary predominant purpose of the land which Orang Asli has been developing, such as to use the organic method to plant something,
Mm-hmm.
is very important to the Orang Asli because it is frequently visited by the school and also the NGO to learn about the methods on how to plant the vegetables in a very safe and healthy way. But right now, with this report that shows the chemicals, spilling into the land of Orang Asli, I think we have to be very firm about our position on this amount.
Yes, correct. And then also like what we discussed earlier, maybe because they will definitely nego when it comes to the amount. What do you think? I have a feeling they will definitely come down, and I don't think so they will sit with the amount that we've actually put them in the paper. Okay,
Uh,
so
what I
if
can what I'm thinking is that the government now currently led by Anwar Ibrahim, right?
okay,
He's a very fair person, the administration. They really care about the Orang Asli based on the election promise and so on. We can see that the team is very pro Orang Asli rights lah. And
mm-hmm.
so what I heard is that both for TV and also Top Fresh, they have plans to expand their business. So
Mm-hmm.
if they have done anything wrong, I think the government would not give them the necessary permit for them to do so, because in fact they have already created problems within the country itself. So why give them more contracts or export license, for example?
Yes, correct.
Um, so I think just to add pressure, we have to be very firm that we are ready to give this report to the NGO for
Mm-hmm.
Orang Asli, but international NGO lah, because all this while Orang Asli has been also connected with this international NGO, which is very vocal about Orang Asli rights,
Understand.
and also the Agriculture Ministry as well.
Okay.
Agriculture Ministry is under who is the minister? Mat Sabu, right?
Mat
Yeah,
Sabu now. Yeah, I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Mat
Mat
Sabu.
Sabu.
Mat Sabu. Yeah, Mat
Mat
Sabu.
Sabu is a very fair person. I think if we
Yes,
disclose this
correct.
report, he will definitely look into it and investigate as well.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, we have
Correct.
all the rights to disclose these reports to protect
Mm-hmm.
and defend the Orang Asli lah, which is the minority.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Understand. Okay. Um, but do you have any ideas that what sort of arguments that FTV is going to give us? Because as I said to you, we are being very fair and square. Okay,
Yeah.
because not because like you are taking the person who lost entire thing is us, not them. Okay, because it's our land, part of our land, and now it's been destroyed, it's been commercialized, and it's like we have lost it anyway. Okay, now because of this, NGO will not come, schools will not come. You understand what I mean? So
And even
technically we
veggie
are
also
also
cannot eat.
yeah, vegetable, as I said. If let's just say now we are only talking about them taking over the land, Chupah, but what if children's consume it and something happen? We are not going to ready to fight, like waiting for a new suit to come to us. We have tons of problem to be sorted, and we have new people coming in and suing us for nothing. You understand? So I
Yeah.
think we need to be very fair to them. It doesn't matter. For me, it's very clear because I don't care about what they are going to think about. No, it's none of my problem. You have issues you have to sort out on your own. We need to have something in return. Okay? Because we did not go and destroy their land. We never disturbed them. They came to us, disturb our land. And we are facing
Yeah.
the problem now. You understand?
So whatever
Ah,
proposal, it must be come from them. I mean, they should initiate the proposal, not us.
correct. Yes,
Then we
correct.
try to see
Understandable.
if we can meet that, because We also need to realize that this lawsuit is going to take a very lengthy process since it's tripartite,
Yes,
two
yes, correct.
defendants, right? Possibly. So I think they will also adopt like a delaying approach here until
Yes,
they get
correct.
government contract. Yeah.
So many parties involved. The court also will get confused. What?
Yeah, probably they might also want to strike out our suit.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Understand. I truly understand. So, yeah. Now the thing, Chupah, I'm a bit worried is the one more thing that I need to tell you is like, if let's just say, because these two people, which is the Top Fresh and Ferti, we now basically discussing about the new contract, right? About the company they are getting into the
Yep.
license or some sort of thing. They are ready to do anything. That means they will try to shut us down. Because if we go further, they will lose their license. You understand what I'm saying?
So
So I am quite worried.
no matter how, we need to submit the report if this mediation fails. So we need to really, we need to clearly tell them about this. Like, look, if you refuse to settle, if
Mhm.
you refuse to do anything, not only we will take court action, but we will straight away submit the report already to the NGO. Let everyone concerned investigate on this. And with
Yes,
this, I
correct.
think orang asli rights also will be heard. Government will also start looking into it, like, or what orang asli needs in terms
Yes,
of
correct.
land, and then yeah, their welfare and so on. I think it's a good approach.
Yes, correct. Because probably we can, this will be the first one to go up to, to everyone to see, like how actually, to be very fair to you, um, I'm sure like in our country, orang asli's position, even their original,
Yeah.
as I told you, okay, they have not been seen, they have not been heard, probably they have language barrier, they don't have much confidence to appear in front of the normal public, okay, but the whole name itself tells you that they are origins of Malaysia. So I think by we doing this, bringing this up to a further position, I think orang asli's rights will be heard as well. Okay, because since you are an expert of those people rights, and I think it is a good approach for us to do it lah. Okay, but regardless of whatever is their plans on Top Fresh and for TV, what we need to be strong is number one, with the amount that we are asking. Okay, so
Yep.
we have to justify why we need that 7 million. Okay, but I have a feeling they will definitely mark down the value, definitely. Okay, because I don't think so they are ready to pay us the 7 million. They will definitely mark us down. So we need to be strong. Obviously this is mediation, this is not like a court proceeding, but we can nego, but we cannot go anything lesser than maybe 6 or 5. I don't think so we can go lesser than that.
Yeah, I think we can just cut down on that, but in replacing that 1-2 million, right, which we may consider, I think we need to insist for them to help us restore the entire land, right?
Okay, yeah, I agree to that lah. Yeah, they have to be responsible. They cannot just leave us like that and say, no, 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 I don't know. Now it's not us. Now it's for TV. I don't want to know all that.
Because
Correct. Like we don't want to know all that.
I also want to highlight that even if they want to help us to restore the land,
Mm-hmm.
it will not be sufficient. Um, because to restore the land, you really need time. You really
Yes, correct.
need the soil that has been seriously damaged by their chemicals.
Fertilizers, yes.
Time to restore to what it used to be before. And also
Mm-hmm.
I heard the methods is not so straightforward. It's not clear cut at all. You have to plant the,
Okay.
because by putting in like some other new soils, the soil will be basically loosened up. So with that, right, there may be a risk of corrosions of the soils.
Okay.
And
Understand.
to firm up the soil, you need to plant a lot of trees. By planting a
Mm-hmm.
lot of trees, the trees need time to grow, number one. Number two is we will
Yes.
lose the land size as well because we got 10 acres. So if you
Mm-hmm.
have to plant a lot of jungle tree, technically it's like those spaces that taken up by those trees will be very, very much diminish our size of use.
Yeah, understand. Yeah. Because now because what is the 40 is saying that this particular leakage might be due to landslide because of farming activities. Okay, I'm afraid they will put into this argument as well. It's, natural cause, it's landslide and all
That
this.
will be the
But
argument they will take to the court. Yeah.
correct. I'm very sure they will use this because it's a natural cause or whatsoever. But the thing is, you don't go up to landslide. The fact that you used chemical on a planted vegetable is already wrong.
That
You
means you are
understand? Because
liable for the risk that you have taken up that profit yourself.
ah,
And now you
correct,
cannot just blame the
understandable.
natural disaster.
Ah, yes, correct. That's why I agree. You can't be telling us, oh no, now we can't take responsible because it is design damage. No, design doesn't give
I
damage.
mean,
Your idea does.
in the first place, they are aware that this is a jungle. Whatever that
Yeah,
you install underground, you need to take into account of the landslide. I mean, it's not a isolated incident. I mean, everywhere in Malaysia got landslide because of rain, because of the weather.
yes,
And
correct.
yeah,
I
it's not an
agree.
excuse.
Yeah, because you need to do, if you are taking up so much of money doing this, so you should know the risk also that you're going to face.
I
You
think
also
they
need to
cut
take care of
costs
your neighbor
lah,
also.
Dato.
Uh, no, and you also need to look after the neighbor also. You want to do whatever you do, but don't disturb your neighbor lah.
Yeah, I agree
They
with
need to
your
understand
with your
this.
angle. They need to know
Because
that
it's
this land is not entirely commercial because the neighboring land, which is our land, is belongs to Orang Asli,
orang
who only
asli.
has that piece of land. They don't have
Yeah, they
other
don't have
place.
anything else. They don't have big buildings. They don't have big house. They
Yeah.
don't have big car. They only have the land. So I am not ready to just give in this land to anybody. I don't think so. It's fair being a leader for them. You understand? I'm a leader,
Yep.
so I need to fight for them, fight for their rights because they have less confidence. As I told you, they're not being seen. They're not being heard. And these people just come to just make money, and now because of the license they're exporting, they want to come for a settlement. I don't think so. I am going to be very strict on my position as well as with you, because I have a feeling we have strong position lah. But there's only two things that they're going to consider. Number one, as I told you, they'll mark down our price demand. Okay. Number two, the landslide. Oh no, it is landslide. And I agree to you. It's a jungle. Whatever you want to do, you need to make a research first. Nobody comes today night. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to grow this. Tonight you go, make the plans tomorrow. Nobody does that. You need to study the land. Correct, right?
And Dato, I think to install the system itself, you need to submit the environmental assessment impact report
Okay.
first. So if they raise the argument, we need to ask them to prove whether their
Proof
EIA or
that.
consultant say that
Correct.
can do that
Can do
system.
correct. 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 I agree.
So
Because
now the main question will be the quantum itself, and if they want to slash out our quantum, what we can do to get more benefits for the Orang Asli. Because I was thinking maybe can ask them to train up the Orang Asli so that the Orang Asli can learn how to farm with a technological way for free, for maybe 5 years, 10 years.
yep.
And because the predominant purpose of the land has been destroyed, not only we get the money for compensation on that, we can also think of alternative way on how to reuse the land again. Maybe it's no longer organic in the short term, like the usual way that Orang Asli do. Maybe we can change it to something more technological, which I think Top Fresh and TV will be able to provide for free.
Okay. Correct. Understand?
Yep.
I agree with that also. So anything else do you want to, discuss on this matter? I don't know.
We
I'm
need to
I'm a
make
bit
clear to them. We need to make
mm,
clear to them if their proposal uh, is not genuine and does not win the heart of the Orang Asli, right? We are prepared to take them to court.
correct. Yeah, I agree. If they don't come down to us and keep arguing, oh no, it's not my fault, your fault. No, I don't want to know all that. I've been constantly
Because for
repeating.
them, because for them, they might think that Orang Asli is easy to be bullied.
Yes,
not
correct, correct.
educated,
Not
can
educated, yeah,
simply just give like 1 million or even like zero, and then
yeah,
just
and then
brush
just
it
settle
off.
them, yeah,
We need them to
correct.
take it more seriously.
Yes, correct. It's not like, you just come in and do your whatever so project and then just, damage your neighbor's land and then now blaming each another. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are the one, facing the whole issue is on us now. Okay. You just imagine, Chupah, if let's just say we got no monetary compensation, what are we going to do?
So I think if I bring up to the NGO, right, and government organizations, news report would have come out with all the, facts of the case and also what happened to this case, and both of them will suffer damage. They
Correct.
can't carry on business anymore.
Yeah, correct. Anyhow, they'll face damage. So if they say they can't pay us, it's okay. We'll bring it to court
Yeah.
because you are actually, I feel you are like, fringing the orang asli's rights because, as you said, they can be easily bullied. They don't know laws. They don't know regulations. Okay, they're just merely inside jungle, living up their life, and now you suddenly come and say this that. Definitely they don't understand. They will agree to everything. If you go and tell them, okay, no worries, we will do, they will agree, okay, as long as they get their food. You understand what I mean?
Yep.
If nobody is actually protecting their rights, everyone is protecting their pockets, everyone is protecting their projects, not the people in itself. Okay, because if at all people, orang asli is being bullied or orang asli's rights is being infringed, my concern is, Chupa, as I'm telling you again and again, what happened if actually NGO or students or even orang asli consume the vegetable?
And
We don't know
also
what is this fertilizer is all about. I don't know how they
yeah.
even made it.
And also
Scientifically,
the value of the produce by orang asli will be very much diminished. Nobody dare to buy the vegetables produced by orang asli because
vegetables.
they think that
Correct,
orang asli did not check on their methods of farmings, and
correct,
there's contaminations. So consumer
correct,
confidence has already eroded, and they will paint orang asli as someone that who don't know how to do farming safely.
correct.
And in future, whatever orang asli does, right, nobody believe them anymore.
Yes, correct. Nobody even care about them.
Not even they do not have any voice, but right now their image also is like irreparable.
Yes, correct. I understand with you. I truly agree. And now after all this chaos that happening now, even more worse.
Okay, I think we kind of like explore enough on our position. So we see what they say later on in the mediations. So if
Okay.
there's anything that we don't agree, we must raise it at the table.
Okay, correct.
I mean,
Correct.
we have
I
also
understand.
go to the balcony to understand their positions and interests as well. I think with that,
Okay,
we will
correct.
be able to negotiate with them better lah.
Yeah, correct. I understand. I think we are okay. I'm okay. As I told you, Chupa, I'm okay because I understand this is not like a strict court procedure. Okay, this is merely a mediation. Okay, so I am okay to come to a proper or a fair settlement, but I will not go in or I will not tolerate them if they try to step us. Okay, because this entire responsibility is on these two companies, Top Fresh and for TV. They have to resolve things themselves. Okay, I'm just thinking what's going to happen later. How are they going to argue to each another? And that's going to cause us more stress. You know why? Because we need money and there's two parties fighting. Who's going to pay? Definitely, this is going to come up.
I hope they don't point the gun to Orang Asli lah.
Yes, correct. That's what
Right?
I also
They
expecting.
gang up and point the
Better
gun
not.
to Orang Asli, then we are done. See you in
Yeah,
court.
better not. Yes, correct. We are very clear with our position, and as we discussed, if they let just say we don't come to a settlement, we will bring them to court lah.
Yep.
Because we need to be answerable for orang asli. Like you see, I'm the president, and you are actually protecting their rights. I think through us, they are actually probably sustaining all this while because they're not being heard. Okay, so
The
I
public
think
is with us lah, I will say.
yeah, the public will be definitely with us, and as you say, like Anwar Ibrahim is our new Prime Minister, and I'm very sure he look up into all these kind of issues. Okay,
Maybe we
because
even can get Anwar Ibrahim to come down and
to get
see
into,
the state
yes,
of the
correct.
land.
State of orang asli, because you don't see orang asli writing a letter to Putrajaya. No, they don't. They don't write a letter to Putrajaya
He
and
will
say,
be
look
ashamed that
here.
orang asli has to do that, you know,
Yes, because
just for their
you
basic
claim,
rights.
Chupah, just to share with you,
Yeah.
these orang asli, okay, they are considered as warga negara,
Yeah.
We are not warga negara, right? To be very fair,
Yeah.
we're not warga negara. They are warga negara. So, and you don't even look at your warga negara who actually suffered all this while. So we need to do something. That's why I cannot come to, this Top Fresh and this TV trying to mark us down. You need to be fair also lah. I understand you are commercialized. Okay, we are merely protecting our rights. Okay, now
Yeah.
I just hope the mediators are fair lah.
Yeah, actually, if we need to go on to court proceeding, a lot of lawyer will
Yeah,
actually
we
represent
need to
us as
keluarkan their
counsel.
money also.
We have Siti Kasim, you know.
We got a lot of wonderful lawyers, but we also have to keluarkan money.
Yeah, keluarkan money.
It's going to be a whole lot of problem that's
For
coming
them
to
as well.
us.
For them as well,
Correct.
they need to engage lawyer. I mean, they already engaged lawyer, but if they go on to proceeding, a lot of witness will need to be called, and then the documents is very voluminous.
Then license pun tak dapat lah, because already go to court proceeding what? Who wants to take your company
Because
for
this is high
license? I
court,
don't want.
this is high court, we will definitely go up to federal court if this
Correct.
this
If you're
decision
not
is not in
happy with
favor
the
to
decision.
us. And
Correct.
if the decision is in favor of us, they will definitely appeal. So both
Yeah, correct.
parties, I mean, three parties will suffer definitely.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
Then we will be going into deficit before the country goes
The lawyer
to
pocket will
pay a
be
lot of
rich
money.
lah.
Rich lah, because there are so many parties to deal with. So, okay lah, Chupah, I think we are okay with our position. Let's see what they're
And
saying lah.
okay, I will see you later, Dato.
Okay, Chupah,
Okay.
thank you very much, yeah.
Thank you, Dato.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Chupah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.